All right, let's talk about something that hits home for so many of us, debt. But we're not just going to stare at the problem. We're going to give you a super powerful math-backed strategy to absolutely crush it. It's called the Debt Avalanche Method, and it is all about saving you the most money possible. So let's dive right in.
Does this sound, a little too familiar? You've got the car loan, maybe some student debt, and a couple of credit card balances that just never seem to go away. Every single month, it feels like you're just juggling due dates, making those minimum payments, and not really getting anywhere.
And it's so much more than just the numbers on a screen, isn't it? It's that emotional weight of seeing bills pile up, those scary final notice stamps. It's just this constant reminder that can be incredibly stressful. It can really make you feel trapped. But what if there was a clear, logical way out of that feeling?
Well, that's exactly where the debt avalanche comes into play. If you're the kind of person who trusts the numbers, who wants the most financially efficient plan possible, then this is for sure the strategy for you. It's all about playing the long game to win, and win big.
So what is it exactly? The concept is actually pretty simple. You list out all of your debts, not by how big they are, but by their interest rate. Then you attack the debt with the absolute highest interest rate with every spare dollar you can find, all while just making the minimum payments on everything else.
Now, you've probably heard of another method called the Debt Snowball. That one's all about paying off your smallest debts first to get those quick, motivating wins. The avalanche is totally different. It doesn't really care about psychology, it's about pure, cold, hard math. It targets the highest interest rate to save you the most money in the long run. Okay, so you're on board with the logic. It makes sense. But how do you actually put this thing into practice? Well, it breaks down into a really simple 5-step plan that literally anyone can follow. First up, you list everything out, highest interest rate right at the top. Second, you got to commit to making all your minimum payments. Can't miss any of those. Third, you find every extra cent you can and you throw it at that top priority debt. Now, step 4, this is the magic part. Once that first debt is gone, you take its entire payment, the minimum, plus all that extra cash, and you roll it over, adding it to the payment for the next debt on your list. Then you just keep repeating that process, and you create this bigger and bigger payment avalanche as you go.
Talk is one thing, but numbers don't lie. So let's look at a real-world scenario to see just how much of a difference this strategy can really make to your wallet.
So let's just imagine you have 3 credit cards. They all have different balances, different interest rates, and altogether, you owe $16,000. This is a super common situation for a lot of people. The question is, how you decide to tackle it makes all the difference in the world.
And wow, the numbers really do speak for themselves here. If you only made minimum payments, you'd end up paying over $9,000 just in interest. The snowball method, that's definitely an improvement. It saves you about $1,500. But the avalanche, it is the clear winner. By targeting that high interest debt first, you slash your total interest paid down to just over $6,700. And hey, this isn't just our example. As the financial experts at Experian put it, this method is specifically designed to lead to big savings on costly interest charges. Why? Because it directly attacks the most expensive part of your debt first. It's just smart. Let's put that savings into perspective for a second. In this one scenario, choosing the debt avalanche over just making minimum payments puts almost $2,400 back in your pocket. Think about what that could be. A vacation, a fully funded emergency fund, a huge boost to your retirement savings. That's real money. Okay, so the math is a total slam dunk. It's undeniable. But is this the right strategy for you? Because it's not just about numbers. It's about your personality, your behavior. So let's break down the pros and cons to help you figure it out. The pros are pretty straightforward and super powerful. You save the most money, period. And because you're paying less in interest, you actually get out of debt faster. It is, without a doubt, the most efficient, financially sound way to get rid of your debt. But let's be real. There are some cons. If your highest interest debt also happens to be your largest balance, it could take a long time to pay that first one off. You won't get those quick, satisfying I did it wins that can keep you motivated. This method really requires some serious discipline and the ability to just trust the process, even when it feels like a bit of a slow grind. So at the end of the day, the best method is the one you'll actually stick with. You have to ask yourself, what matters more to you? Is it the psychological boost of those quick wins? Or is it the long-term financial gain of saving the most money you possibly can? There's no single right answer, but now you have all the info you need to choose the path that's right for you.